Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday, August 2nd. I have some big Ripple news for you guys. The first is it looks like Ripple will be working with the State Bank of India. This is big. Um, Let me give you some details here. National Lenders State Bank of India is reported to be considering a tie-up with the cryptocurrency firm Ripple to power instant remittance payments into the country. The crypto firm has seen rapid growth in interest in the country following news last month that Kotak Mahindra Bank would implement its X-current system for payments. If you recall, we talked about that partnership. India's financial sector has expanded greatly in recent years, and the country is now the largest receiver of remittances, with some $69 billion flowing into the country in 2017. So, big opportunity here. And I believe, if you guys recall, Ripple's employee Ashish Birla was talking about this at a recent conference about their strategy in India and what they're trying to do, because they feel there's a big opportunity here. So obviously there is, and it looks like they're making a lot of progress. So Ripple continues to grow its network, and obviously the bigger network, the more opportunity and potential they can get more banks to use xRapid. We know that, in full transparency, not every bank or every payment service provider is going to use xRapid, but we don't need all of them to. We just need the ones, at least I should say, a solid percentage of them, because that alone will generate so much volume. And we're going to talk about volume. It seems like SBI is testing more xRapid, doing more xRapid tests, excuse me. So all a great sign and should give you confidence as an investor. We're seeing a lot of movement around Ripple. I think some big things are cooking, guys, and I think all of the things Ripple has been talking about is coming to fruition. We know Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has been on the record multiple times on CNBC and so forth, stating that banks will go live this year with xRapid and dozens next year. So keep holding on to your XRP. Now, on the note of expansion and building network, there's a job posting here on Ripple's website. We are looking for a head of China operations. Excuse me. So not only are they expanding in Japan, India, the Middle East, and so forth, they're looking to dominate China as well. So here's what the description says. Ripple is sharpening its focus on the dynamic cross-border payment rails in and out of China. Some details on what the person's job would encompass. It says here, establish and foster relationships with all members of Ripple's ecosystem. That includes banks, partners, and regulators in China. Establish strategic partnerships to help expand Ripple's payments network. So engage actively with Ripple and SBI, Ripple Asia. We know SBI and Ripple have a partnership, and we'll talk about the testing again. So let's see here. To offer insights to local needs and trends, support sales targets, and so forth. Deeply who you are. You need to be familiar with China's financial services landscapes, banks, payments, regulatory issues, etc., and establish a network of contacts. So the takeaway here, guys, they are looking to expand in China. So I'm telling you guys, this is why I'm so bullish on Ripple. I hold other cryptos. You guys have seen my portfolio. But this is a real company working with real institutions and banks and so forth. This is not a white paper or some random ICO. This is a company with a digital asset that is like no other, fast, transparent, cheap, and they're going to be disrupting a $1 trillion industry. That is clear as day. You see the facts, you see the news, you see the partnerships with the name brand companies, the household names. And it's going to continue to grow. They are a disruptor, just like Google was, Uber, obviously Amazon. This is what Ripple is, and I think a lot of people are missing that. They're just caught up in a religious battle about crypto. From my perspective, I see a company with real marketing, real partnerships, real people, and that has a very strong digital asset that's going to be used in one of their services to disrupt a $1 trillion industry, to take business away from Swift. That right there, I mean, I've been on the record. That's why I'm so bullish on it. The next news here, very interesting as far as the expansion of exchanges and the growth of this market, regardless of what's happening in the market. Quidax, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, a European-based cryptocurrency exchange, has expanded to Nigeria, which I find very interesting. Nigeria of all places, right? So now you guys see the global reach of crypto, and crypto's here to stay. And they have all the major cryptos, guys. They have, it says here, these assets include Ripple, obviously XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Gold, and Bitcoin Cash. So this is what I've been talking about. Regardless of what's happening in the market, exchanges are expanding. New exchanges are coming in the market. Companies that have nothing to do with crypto are getting into the market. Wall Street, institutional money, wealthy investors, everyone gearing up to put money in. So these are the facts. So you should continue to hold. Keep holding. And here's what Quidax website looks like. And obviously they have all the major cryptos, guys. Now, so along the lines of Africa, as we were just talking about Nigeria, if you guys recall, the Bill Gates Foundation is partnered with Ripple. This was announced at the Ripple Swell conference last year. Well, someone seems to think that something is going live with the Bill Gates Foundation, because now this is just putting some pieces of information together. There's no confirmation, but it would be very interesting. So this user posted, seems like Bill Gates Foundation is live. What are your thoughts? I've done some research into what the UPU payment is, and this is what I found. So there's on the XRP ledger here, and you guys can all view this at xrpcharts.ripple.com. There's payments, looks like to and from the UPU. And the user, after doing some digging, said this may coincide with GCB payments, which could be Africa's GCB bank. This is interesting, and this is the UPU, and he provided a link to this, talking about the UPU and the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation working together. So you see the connection here, right? So once again, nothing set in stone, but we're looking at the trail here, the breadcrumbs. And if this is the Bill Gates Foundation, guys, the goal of Bill Gates Foundation work with Ripple is to bring banking to people who don't have access to banking. And those folks, if they're using smartphones to transfer money via xRapid, guys, keep holding on to your XRP. I'm telling you, keep holding on. Now, on that note of we were talking about some testing going on and spikes. You know, yesterday we were talking about it seemed like SBI Holdings is testing xRapid. Today we saw some more spikes. I'm sure you guys saw it in the chart as well. It's happening, guys. Someone's testing, and it's on the versus the Japanese yen, the movement. So everyone thinks it's the SBI Holdings, which we know is currently partnered with Ripple, has a massive ecosystem. We went through the financial report yesterday. So if you didn't see that video, check it out. But the testing is happening, and when the testing happened, we've seen the price just spike up significantly. So imagine not having, obviously they're just testing, but the movement of, we're talking about cross-border payments, the movement of money, XRP being used as a bridge asset, and the movement of trillions of dollars daily. Or let's just go billions. And imagine this is just one bank, and we have multiple banks and payment service providers doing this, and this grows over time. And not only that, XRP is being used in ecosystems and marketplaces. And even we've seen that Arrington XRP Capital, right? Michael Arrington using XRP in their hedge fund as the denominator for that fund. And we know through the Spring Initiative, Ripple is going to be inserting XRP into various ecosystems. So, guys, it's happening. It's happening, but you got to be patient. I think this is going to take off because what we're going to probably see, if the fact that Ripple's looks like they're, based on Brad Garlinghouse's statement that banks are going to use xRapid, and it looks like SBI is going to go live with it. You're going to have speculation, utility, and adoption. I think all those things are going to help the value of XRP to rise for sure. Because look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not even used in the real world, right? They're used to buy crypto. Ethereum has a bunch of projects being built on it, and I hold both of them. But they're not at this level. We're talking, like I said, disruption of $1 trillion industry, real money being moved. So I'm super excited. I love what I'm seeing. I love the utility that's happening here. Now, a quick note, and let me preface this note with XRP does not need Coinbase. Long term, it does not, because like I just mentioned, utility, the speculation, the adoption is going to drive the price up. But I know a lot of people were hoping Coinbase would list XRP, because we've seen all cryptos that go on XRP get pumped and the price goes up. But that's just a short-term effect, if you know what I mean. It's just a speculation effect. It's not an actual utility. But I wanted to just call out something. And you guys saw I reported on DCEX Exchange, which is a US-based cryptocurrency exchange that is going to use XRP as a base currency, and obviously list XRP. And they, guys, if you haven't noticed, they're like down the block from Coinbase's office. They're at 582 Market Street, San Francisco, California. Coinbase is located at 548 Market Street, San Francisco, California. Same zip code and everything. So, and I've covered this before, that Coinbase is lying. It has nothing to do with security. If so, why would DCEX add XRP and even use it as a base currency? Right? Even Uphold, we've talked about Uphold, which has listed XRP. They're US based as well. Why would they do that if there's concern about it being a security? Because there isn't a concern, guys. And we're seeing a bunch of other exchanges. We talked about this. BitTrue, I believe it's Unacoin and so forth, adding it as a base currency. Why would they do that? Do you think they want to put themselves at risk of something? No, it's because they know, and probably a lot of information is flowing from the grapevine, that, and we've covered this, right? I don't want to go through the whole security conversation. XRP is not a security based on this definition of a security. When you have an XRP token, you don't own part of Ripple. You don't get a derivatives or interest payment or anything like that. And the XRP existed before the company Ripple. It also would exist if Ripple goes out of business. So my takeaway from this statement is that this is further proof that Coinbase is bullshitting and they're lying. And we know this, right? They want Ripple to pay millions for the listing because Ripple's a company. They also hold a massive amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if XRP goes on Coinbase, guess what people are going to buy because of the current value? XRP. And they're probably not going to buy as much Bitcoin or Ethereum. So those are just my thoughts, but I just wanted to let you guys know so you stay informed that Coinbase is bullshitting. They're lying. It's Asif Hiraj or Hirji, I think that's his name, Hirji, is a liar. He goes on CNBC, Fast Money alludes to XRP being a security, and that's why they're not listing it. But you see these other exchanges listing it. You're seeing exchanges using XRP as a base currency. You think they don't have the same concerns? They don't want to lose their business. They don't want to get fined. They don't want to have issues. But they know. It's just Coinbase is just bullshitting, guys. And I hope you see them for who they are. And like I said, that's why I prefaced the conversation. We don't need Coinbase, but it's nice for all of us that if XRP gets pumped, we will have our value of XRP would be higher. Our portfolio value would be higher, right? You could probably cash out of it if you want. But I think if you believe in the project and Ripple and XRP and the company, you would be patient and keep holding. But like I said, we don't need Coinbase. And the proof of them lying is like right here. Look at this. DC Exchange, a block down from them. DC Exchange is actually unique. It's both a retail and institutional exchange. So both parties can actually purchase crypto. So there you have it, guys. That's the news I want to share with you guys. What do you think about this? Obviously, the State Bank of India looking to work with Ripple. Ripple posting this head of China operations job because they're looking to expand in China. Quidax, if I pronounce that correctly, expanded to Nigeria, has the top crypto, including XRP. It looks like here, guys, the Bill Gates Foundation could possibly be working with this African bank, it looks like. and they could be using xRapid. It just because look what's appearing on the ledger, right? We're seeing the continual testing and spikes here. I think it's SBI Holdings testing xRapid, and like I said, Coinbase, bullshitters, liars. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. So I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And I will talk to you guys later.